Okay guys, what is going on? So after plant positioning for Cache, I'm sure Cache is one of the maps we play the most. I know I always get stuck on it when I play just random pugs or whatever, everyone just wants to play Cache. So after plant positioning, you'll see the first thing here on the B side, very important, Drake can move the bomb, he's going to plant behind default, but he moved it for the B main plant, which is very important with Exist here in the vent checkers area. So you'll see they're very cautious about the vent now because Shock's broken and smartly walked away, but you'll see they're taking quite a while, and Draken is aware there's a blind spot in CT that neither of his teammates are looking at. So he goes for a peek there, very smart peek, catches Kenny off guard, and then Shox is kind of locked out of the sight. And this was really well played from Draken. You see he gets the peek there, he's just kind of delaying Shox in the end there, but peeking that CT, he cleared Heaven first, and then peeking the CT, very smart thing to do, and again, very good enough plant position. You can't be too passive, especially in situations like that. You need some information to play off. Need some information so Exist can help peek with him. Didn't need it in the end, but he could have, and it was important that he went for those peeks. So another clip here that ends up being a 2v2. You see, importantly here, no one peeks until the smoke's down in CT spawn, but it's a rubbish smoke, so he gets killed anyway. But you see, I see a lot of players, they smoke and then run out before the smoke pops. Really frustrating, but you know. So again, a B main plant. Skadoodle, this is quite at a strong angle, especially with the AWP onto the vent area there, and then he turns around ready to face his teammate. They were confident there wasn't going to be two coming that way. Turns out differently, but then Skadoodle's able to get back and trade. It could have got a little bit interesting there. But they end up getting onto it. So obviously, as you saw, Skadoodle played this angle to start off the round. They just come through B mains. This is quite a strong angle. Good one just because you get back and then you're safe again for a bit. Definitely good unless you know someone could be coming fast B main, but that's a risk you take in that round just then. They just come through B main and got onto site relatively quickly, so it was a safe option for the most part. So you'll see after he got that pick, he turned around, he just presumed there'd be one coming through CT, didn't expect two to come through vent. Bit of an odd setup, I will agree with him on that. But one thing I didn't like is, I can't remember who it was on site, they got, I thought they got too aggressive. They jumped up on top of here. If he got peeked from Heaven, it turns into a 1v1. I think he might have been trying double peek CT or something, getting a bit of kill hungry. I think we'd better just set up that crossfire with Skadoodle, or he could even double check on checkers, or just Skadoodle moves under there if they're so sure someone's coming CT, and they can set up a crossfire like this or something. But besides that, you definitely want to play in checkers in 2v2. If you have more than one player alive, you want to try and have one in checkers with the bomb obviously planted back there. Now this is, just because crossfire potentials. If this guy managed to get the kill vent, or he's not getting too much pressure from vent, he can swing out here, crossfiring on crossing the headshot to wrap that side of sight, which is the route most TCTs take when retaking, and he can just be a real nuisance because you don't really know that. You can play any angle like this. You can play here as they walk out CT, you can just give them a little peek, or you can just play here just as they're crossing at the last moment. And crossfires are really easy, especially with the big box area. He can concentrate more on this side, and then his checkers guy can cover him being pushed here, presuming he hits his shots. So if you've got more players alive, you can definitely play two on the boxes here, but that's all I'd really recommend on site is it's just the two players. Maybe three if you're going to have one sit out on the generator here. Besides that, you probably want to put two players in checkers again because of the crossfire potentials. It's really a nuisance. It's kind of like on a few rounds you'll see where T's will all take the site, taking this route, run onto site and take it, and the CTs will happily just sit in checkers and hold the checkers control, then retake the site, because without the T's having the checkers control, it's extremely hard to hold on to the retake in that situation, which is why you always want to have someone in checkers, and you definitely want someone there if you have more than one player alive. So moving on to the A site now, this position Skadoodle's playing, obviously the forklift, is kind of like the gateway to the A site. You'll see it's very important that no one really crosses here. If you want to just lock them down early, lock the CTs in from rotating. Skadoodle misses a couple of shots, he could be trapped here, he's lucky they don't throw a Molotov. You see Tarek here is helping peek with him. Skadoodle ends up hitting his shots, ends up becoming a 2v1. Very good double peek from Tarek and Skadoodle, even though Skadoodle missed a few shots there. Then you'll see here, again, they're looking, you see Tarek moves up, and they're ready to peek together. They're ready to close this out, and again, not too passive, because if he did wrap around, he could have gotten two 1v1s. C9 want to shut it down early, don't give him that potential to get the 1v1s, and it ends up working out really well. You see, if Rush hadn't got that kill straight away, Tarek would have been able to swing out and probably trade it before he got around back behind red. This is something very important here. You see they're clearing out the site, making sure no one's close by before the bomb goes down. There's no rush to get the bomb down. This is a mistake a lot of players make, is they think, I'm on site, I have to plant the bomb straight away. You don't have to in all situations. Sometimes it's better just to wait and clear angles with your teammate. See Stewie holding a good angle there, gets the first kill, turns it into a 1v1. And again here, similar to the last clip, you see they're ready to double peek. Stewie going for all the information with Skadoodle just sitting on the side. You can basically peek anywhere from this default position relatively quickly. See, they work out where he is, and then they go for the double peek right about now together. Perfectly done. No chance for Lucas to win that one, and yeah, easy round. Not too passive, and a good double peek. So you'll see here a situation maybe more common than you'd think. A 5v4 on the A side, especially on a pistol round. Teams will play one at truck or whatever and play the retake game. So you see that's exactly what Fnatic are ready to do here. Now, good positioning by NIP. They don't really need someone at the forklift if they've got 2 A main like they do. Good push by Draken, clears out A main, allows Forest, I think it was, to come out of A main and really push around and apply a lot of pressure here. And yeah, this was all off. If Draken hadn't pushed that, if they were a bit worried about someone coming A main, or if there was someone A main, these pushes wouldn't be available. But good push by Draken, clearing out A main, and then it would have eventually been Squeaky, and allows the rest of his teammates just to go to work and win those duels with the extra man advantage. So what you just saw then was the correct way to boost up on here. You don't want to be doing the old, obviously I can't make the bot crouch, or I can't be bothered or whatever, but you're not going to do all this single jump on the spot. Players will spot you jumping up. If you're here already on the thing, jump up, be ready to fight straight away. None of this head bobbling up and down. Yeah, it tells them where you are pretty much. You'll sometimes get your head taken straight off. So that's just something, if that's what you want to do. Obviously, an option if you're trying to go for an aggressive peak. Now, A main, again, kind of like the checkers of A. As we saw Tarek in the first clip, you can peek out here, or you can just hold a slight angle like that. Maybe not the best, but yeah, you can peek out here with your teammates from fork, or even you just play off angles like this, hold the push to quad. Depending on what teammates are alive, you've got certain angles to worry about. But again, the best for setting up crossfires is to have a player in the A main there. Quad obviously also very important just because of its ability to play either side, play left, right. I shouldn't have killed that bot. But you know, and then the forklift is the last position here, where yeah, you can. Yeah, as I said, they're kind of like the gatekeeper. You can jiggle out, be really aggressive, or you can just kind of hide here and then wait for your player to push. Often they'll check it, or if you play an angle like this, you can double peek as Tarek was down here, or just hold like this. Highway pushes. You got so many options from this forklift position. Obviously, you're going to be the first point of attack, but if you can win those duels, very useful. Nades and stuff. I mean, you can just use your flashes or whatever, but yeah, use your utility available. Molotov stuff. Obviously, this is also an angle, anyone trying to go up onto a ladder, but yeah, definitely, if you do have the off-plant positioning, a very strong spot to smoke is right there. I'd recommend using your smoke there. If you have someone in A main, then don't worry about it. Otherwise, maybe do something like smoking off A main. That's another way to use your smoke. Obviously, throw a better smoke than that. But yeah, besides that, there's not a whole lot to it. I wouldn't really recommend someone in Squeaky, unless maybe they have an AWP and they can get kind of aggressive out here. They can maybe hold an angle like this, pick off anyone. And you don't want to be too passive in this kind of area. If you decide to play after plant Squeaky, don't be that annoying person who sits here and is like, closes the door and waits. Oh, when's they going to tap the bomb? Nah, open the door, help your teammates out, peek it or whatever. Maybe try and have it open inwards so you can peek this angle as they're crossing and stuff. But you can actually be quite useful from Squeaky. Just don't be too passive. It's really annoying and really dumb, and you're not really helping anyone out. Besides that, I'd definitely say, yeah, get someone in A main if possible. Otherwise, the default spot's also very good, as we saw before with Skadoodle, as you can help out your teammate, really just peek anywhere on the A site, and yeah, very strong for double peeking, helping out your teammates. And that's it, guys. Make sure you're subscribed. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.